As soon as she was born, it was noticeable that her ears weren't quite right. And when the paediatrician came round, he actually said to me, everything's perfect, but don't worry about her ears. You can have something done about that. You can speak to a plastic surgeon if you like, before you leave the hospital. But it didn't worry me because I'd had mine done, so I knew what it was all about and I knew what she'd have to go through.
Hello? Who are you then? You want to come and sit there for me? You want to have a seat there?
Thank you.
How are you then? Do you remember me?
Thank you.
Do you remember coming before?
Yeah.
You remember coming before? You don't remember me?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. And what are we going to do for you? You're going to have an operation on your ears, are you?
Yeah.
What are you going to have done? You know?
Take the point off that
Take the
one.
point? You've got a point on your ears. Well, well.
And take them back.
Take them back. They're a bit sticky out, are they?
Hmm.
Oh, well. Let's have a look then, shall we? Can we see you? Sit on the chair. Let's have a look. Not the little pointy bit you don't like, is it?
Yeah.
You see, the crease there is because of the way the ear's unfolded. And if you put a fold in it there like that, it does actually smooth that point out. She's got to have an anaesthetic to start with, put her to sleep to do it. And it's not a painful operation. It's a bit uncomfortable, obviously, for a few days. You want it done then, do you? Right, okay. And you've been waiting a long time for this, haven't you? Nearly 2 years. How old are you now?
6.
It's about the right sort of age to do it anyway, so I think we've not lost a lot by waiting.
Steady down. All right, Daniel.
All right, then.
All right.
As long as we've got this on, we can turn you over.
There's an emergency at Westfield School. 13-year-old Daniel Nash has been involved in a fight and has received a massive blow to his head.
Okay.
Nice friend. Yes.
Put him onto his back and then lift him up. Can you shift that blanket off at stretcher? Okay. All right, Danny. Right. Can you come round to this side, all the way around, and get over this oxygen bottle, please?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then. Come right past me, and as we pick him up. Okay. Shift me that.
Daniel's been unconscious for over 10 minutes. He must be handled with extreme care. A collar has been put on his neck in case it's broken or injured.
Can you hear me? Hey? Can you hear me?
Just to go with them all.
Right.
Keep it in still.
I'll keep hold of
keep
that.
hold
I'll
of it.
see to it.
Yeah.
The bits and pieces up in a bit.
The ambulance crew can't assess how serious Daniel's condition is, but no chance can be taken with head injuries. Daniel could have suffered a fractured skull, concussion, or at worst brain damage. He must be rushed to the Children's Hospital casualty 5 miles away. The longer Daniel is unconscious, the worse the injury could be.
All right, Daniel. Shouldn't I be sorted, mate? Daniel? Can you open your eyes for me now? Hey? Open them up for me. Open them up for me. Good lad. And this one. That's right. All right. Can you open the wide for me? That's smashing. His friend or colleagues got him under the arm and walked him straight into a classroom wall, consequently knocking him out. And he's not too well. Open your eyes straight against the wall. Good lad. Find this one again.
Books.
What are you going to take?
It's Abigail again. Millie Money Mandy. Mrs. Pepperpot. When my naughty little sister was good, and Fantastic Mr. Fox.
A lot of books you're taking there. A lot of reading you're going to do. What else are you going to take?
Teddy. Teddy. Teddy?
Where can Teddy fit?
I think she can fit in.
I think if something can be put right, then it should be put right. I'm not particularly worried about the operation. So many operations are done and they're successful. This is, well, it's going to be a nasty operation, I suppose, but at the end of the day, hopefully everything will come out all right. And I think it'll be worth it for her.
All right there, sunshine? Yeah? Just lie nice and still for me. Good lad. That's great. All right.
Daniel has started to come round, but his condition could still deteriorate. He may lose consciousness again. He must be kept as alert as possible. His heartbeat is continuously monitored throughout the journey.
What about your shoulders? Any shoulder pain? No? Just want to check your head one more time, alright? Is anything hurting when I'm touching? No? Alright. Just try and keep your head still for me then, alright?
Right, have you brought any medicines in with you at all?
No.
Are you allergic to anything? No.
Dogs.
Dogs, don't you like them?
I don't think you are, really. She gets a bit of eczema, but we don't know what causes it.
Oh, right.
I don't think she is.
Right. So if I just put none in. So, one of your hobbies is dancing then, is that right?
Yeah.
What else do you like to do?
Swimming.
Reading.
Reading. And
Writing stories.
writing stories. And hooving for Mummy.
Oh,
She's
very
very good at
nice. Right, yeah. And you've brought your teddy with you, haven't you? What's your teddy called?
Thomasina.
Is she going to look after you while you're here?
Yes.
Waiting for Daniel in casualty is a team specially trained in paediatric accident and emergencies. Daniel is lucky. There are only 4 casualty departments like this in the country.
Daniel, can you remember what's happened to you? No. What's the last thing you can remember today?
Walking from dirt walk.
At school? Right. Was that after some lessons or? After English. Have you heard anything about what's happened? Have they told you what's
just
happened?
phoned me at work, said it banged his head. Then they phoned me back to say the ambulance had arrived and I've just come straight up from work.
Right.
Didn't tell me anything, what had happened or anything.
Right, so there's nobody here from the school at the moment?
No.
OK, fine. Have a look at your head. Tell me if I hit anywhere that hurts. Is that sore anywhere? Whereabouts? Just here? That side?
No.
Or that side?
Yeah.
So right in the middle there? OK. Right, I'd like to shine some lights at your eyes, Daniel. OK. Can you just look straight up for me? OK. Good, that's fine. Just have a look at your legs now as well. OK. Can you feel me touching your toes? On that side?
Although Daniel is conscious, the extent of his injuries is still unknown.
I've not examined his neck. He's got a collar on to support his neck, and when I can find out a bit more about how he actually hurt it, then I'll be better able to assess the risk of any injury to the neck, and we can then decide whether we need to keep the collar on or whether I can remove it and look at his neck without doing x-rays.
They said she had a bit of a temperature, is that?
Oh, did they? I don't know, they haven't said it
No,
to me.
well, they said it to Dr. Schroeder, but in
White
fact
cells were just
it's not. No, that's all right. That's all okay. So, we're going to do this for you, are we?
Yeah.
Let's have another look at your ears then. Let me come round there and see what's what. It's as I've explained to you before. We'll do this. It means there'll be a bandage around her head that stays on for a week. We'll take it off probably a week on Saturday. And then she'll need to wear something around her head at night, just for about a month, just so that she doesn't bend it forward again afterwards.
In intensive care, 15-month-old Jonathan Laws is recovering from an emergency operation to remove his left kidney and the large tumour that was growing on it. Now his parents must wait to find out whether the cancer has spread.
just his tummy seems a bit swollen, that's all.
That'll be wind. That's why he's got a tube down his nose, I hope.
No, it hasn't. That came out last night. He yanked that out.
Yeah, but he needs one down, and they know it should be down. Please? His bowels will have a rest because they've been handled and moved around, and the wind won't move anywhere. So he needs a nasogastric tube down.
Just put one down before he goes upstairs, or?
Yeah, well, it would be kinder, wouldn't it?
A letter to go to the GP, Jonathan Laws. Dear Dr. Hamlin, I enclose a copy of a letter to Dr. Arrowsmith about this little boy. As you can see, he has a Wilms tumour, which requires treatment with surgery and chemotherapy. Stop. Although this is a malignant tumour, the current results, particularly for localised disease, are very good. And if his disease, as I hope, is stage 1 or at worst stage 2, he has a well over 85% chance of being cured. Stop.
Right then. Now, you know when you come back from your operation, your ear's going to feel a little bit sore. Now, what this is a chart, and we use this to tell how much pain you've got, okay? All right.
Okay.
So what we want you to do is, when you come back, we want you to help us by pointing to which face, all right? Tells us how sore your ears are, okay? So if they don't hurt, you'd point to this face here, all right? And if they hurt a little bit, it might be round here. Or if they hurt a lot, it would be up here.
Okay, sideward 2 is Jonathan Laws.
Jonathan is a little lad that came to us from the surgeons, having had his left nephrectomy on Wednesday for Wilms tumour. Came up to us from ITU, really has been very well behaved, had a bit of a temperature which seems to be settling. Blood pressure's been all right. He's quite bright and breezy this morning.
How are Mum and Dad?
Fine. A little bit fragile, obviously. Happy now that the operation is over. Very pleased with how well he is responding.
Hi. Hello. Hello, Jonathan. I hope I'll get the pathology results today. I'm going up to have a word with the pathologist a bit later on. And obviously, when I've got those, I'll talk to you about it. Whatever the pathology is, he's due one drug this week, and then the rest of it we sort out next week. So there'll be one injection this afternoon, but I'll come and talk to you about it when I've got some more information.
Okay. He was trying to stand up last night in his cot. He's still got wobbly legs.
Good. That's very good.
That was a drip.
Okay. Well, it's all going absolutely fine so far. So I'll come and see you later on.
Right. Okay. Now I'm just going to look to see if the tumour has spread from the kidney to other areas. There are 3 components to it. There are these tubular structures which can be picked out against a background of small dark blue cells.
There was a large node that Jenny said when she took the kidney out, she found a very large node up at the high level.
Yes.
Or just beyond the high level. And that's okay, is it?
Yes, and there's no evidence of tumour in the vessels that supply the kidney. So that'll be stage 1 without unfavourable histological features.
Couldn't be better. Smashing. Thanks, David.
Leave it as she wants to.
With an hour to go, final preparations are underway before Abigail's operation.
I'll just switch the television down to explain a few things for you. Right. You know Joyce, the nurse from recovery, showed you this doll? Do you want to have a go at doing it on one of your teddy bears, putting the bandage on? Like you're going to have. Want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's it going to be? Thomasina or is it going to be Thomasine? Right. There we are. Now then, where do you think you start?
There.
Yep. Do you want to put it on then? Just like this doll, look. See if you can copy. Shall I hold that bit? There we are. That one's going that way. There we are, round and round. Round again. hasn't got a ponytail like you, has she?
No.
Probably won't stay on so well.
Hello, my name's Dr Woodmansey from the Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
I'm ringing up about Daniel Nash,
Yes.
who was brought up with a head injury. Just, he can't remember really anything about what happened, and I wondered
Right.
if there was anybody who could tell me a bit more about what actually happened.
Yes, the story is apparently the group in which Daniel is taught were on their way to the lesson. While they're queuing up, there's a little bit of friendly pushing and shoving. Then,
Get up a sec, please. You're
They're able to tell us just what they've been told by other children who saw it happen. It sounds like he had one knock on the head against a brick wall and nothing else. If he was in a headlock, he may have sustained some muscular injury to the neck, but unless he's actually got neck pains, there's probably fairly small risk, so I think we're probably fairly safe to gently examine his neck rather than routinely doing any x-rays of the neck. And if he has no pain, then I think we can rule that out. So he's just going to have some x-rays of the head to start with, and then I'll go back and review things.
Right, I'm going to ask you in a little while to pop your gown on and bring the magic cream and some medicine that makes you feel nice and sleepy and relaxed. So do you need to go to the toilet first?
No.
No? And you haven't got any nail varnish on?
No.
It's none on your toes? No. Okay. And no jewellery?
No.
Any wobbly teeth for the tooth fairy?
No.
No? Are you all right?
I've got some grown-up ones though.
You've got some grown-up ones, that's good.
Hi. I've been up to the pathologist and had a look, and it's excellent.
Oh,
news. It's a stage 1, so it's completely enclosed in the kidney, and those glands were not involved.
Oh,
they were large just because of reaction. There was no tumour cells at all in them. And there's nothing unfavourable about the histology at all. So that's excellent. That's obviously, if you've got to have Wilms tumour, that's the best sort of thing you can have. So it just means he's going to need 10 injections weekly of vincristine, and that's just given once a week intravenously. It shouldn't upset him too much because it doesn't usually make children sick. And it shouldn't make his hair fall out, although occasionally it does. But most children are having vincristine, it doesn't. It may go a bit thin, but it shouldn't make it fall out altogether.
So how far into the future will he need to be coming back here for checks?
Always. The chances of him being cured are very high. We know that from our previous experience. But obviously we want to follow him up, first of all to make sure the disease isn't coming back, but also later on to make sure that he's well and healthy and that the treatment he's had to have has not caused him major problems. And that will involve monitoring his kidney function and his growth and his blood pressure throughout the rest of his life.
We're ready?
Okay, so you're going to put Teddy on that hand end, right? And I'm going to borrow this hand over this side. Is that okay? And I'm going to hold your hand and tap it like that. There you are. Do you put your head down on the pillow? Okay. What does Teddy say to you? Does Teddy talk?
No.
He doesn't say anything at all, so he's a silent Teddy then. Can you get some sticky plaster from over there?
Need to look.
That's it. You're just going to put that, just to hold that there. That's it. There you are. You're going to have a nice dream while you're asleep. What are you going to dream about? You're going to dream about a teddy that can talk to you.
I don't know.
Because in magic dreams, you can dream about anything you like. And in magic dreams, teddies can talk to you and tell you all the secrets about teddies and tell you about where they hold the teddy bear's picnic and all that sort of thing. But you must promise that when you wake up, you mustn't tell anybody what the teddy bear's told you, because if you do, it breaks the magic and the teddy bears won't talk to anybody else in a magic dream again. That's it. Good. 22.5.
to be covering. And so your neck's not hurting you anywhere? No. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen this collar. Okay. Does that feel better? Okay. Right. Any pain at all? No. Along there? Okay. I get my hand underneath. I'm going to press over all the bones. Any pain at all there?
No.
No. Okay. Can you turn your head to this side for me? Good. Is that okay? Doesn't hurt. And can you turn it that way? So keep really still there.
When the architect designed this, he thought that the kids were going to get scrubbed up. That's why he put the sink so low. Just mark where we want the hole to be. And this blue dye is just fades away in time. It doesn't stay, it's not tattooed for life.
That?
Yep, that's fine again. Make that dumbbell because you want more correction at the top and the bottom than you do in the middle. Give Mark another hook.
As I've come away, I kept wondering, you know, perhaps was it really worth it?
Do you think it is worth it?
Yes, I think it is worth it, but I shall be glad when it's all over.
Has it made you think about whether it's been right to put it through such a painful operation?
Yes, it has a bit, and yet I still feel the same way as I felt before, that it's got to be done, and she'll be glad it's done, and she'll thank me for sort of helping her to have it done. I'm quite sure of that, and I'm glad it's being done while she's this young. Even so, it's pretty unpleasant at the moment.
Well, the principle of the operation is that we can show you quite easily what I want to do. There's no fold in there, so we want to produce a fold by doing that. Now, if you simply... So, if you simply stitch that skin to that skin, you would think that might do the trick. But the problem is, of course, that skin is stretchy, and although it would look all right for a short time, it wouldn't be long before it just unfolded. So what you have to do is to break the spring in the cartilage, which is what holds the ear in the shape it is. And I'll show you how you do that. It's a bit like bending cardboard. You have to score it, and then it'll fold almost of its own accord because you break the tension in it. And then we can have a look at how that looks by putting it back. Put that skin behind there. And that looks quite nice.
There it is.
What I'm doing now is putting a stitch in the skin to close this up. What you don't want to do with this operation is to stick the ear right down onto the side of the head, because that doesn't look natural. If you look at people's ears, there's always a space between the side of the head and the ear, so you can get your specs on.
I'm looking first of all at the straight front view of the head, and trying to locate on there where the site of his pain is, which was centrally at the front of his head. I can't see anything abnormal on there. I look round the bony contours of the edge of the head and I look for any unusual markings over the skull. These are the front-end views, and this is a sideways view of the head, looking through from usually left to right, back to left. I can't see any steps or breaks in the surface. So basically I'm happy with these x-rays. I can't see any skull fracture. And now that he's free from his collar, he looks a lot better as well. So I'll go and have another word with Mum. Look a bit better sitting up like that. I can't see anything on the x-rays. I can't see any signs of any fracture, so there's nothing to worry me there. I can get a better look at him as well with him sitting up without the collar. We can move things around a little bit more. How do you feel yourself at the moment, Daniel? Fine. Feel all right? You don't feel sick or dizzy? No problems with seeing? Okay, that's fine. What I think we should do then, I think because he's obviously had this period where he's been a little bit vague to start with. It may not have been completely knocked out, but he obviously wasn't completely responding normally. So I think what we need to do is to observe him here in casualty, probably for an hour or two, and do some regular observations, like the ones we've started doing already, and make sure that they stay stable over a period of time. I think if that all stays okay, then we should be able to let you go home a little bit later on.
How do you feel now?
A bit better now. I felt a bit when I saw him being rushed in, because I think that's the initial shock when you see him actually on, you know, being wheeled in. You're thinking, what's really happened or what's the matter with him? But he looks all right now.
Right, we'll start here then, and then we'll see the others. Yeah. Hello. Still Zonko?
Yes.
Best way to be when you've had an operation, really. All went well, so we'll see how she's tomorrow. And if she's all right, she can go home. Otherwise, we'll keep her till Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
See how she is. Okie doke.
Right.
She's fine. Still zonked.